Hi everyone, my name is Jenna Rasmussen, and tonight I'm going to be walking you through how to use the website Poll Everywhere. PollEverywhere.com is the website address, and this can be used as a tool to learn more about your students, as like an icebreaker at the beginning of classes or at the beginning of the day. It can be used as a tool to be able to communicate with parents. And it can also be a tool that can be used to learn, to see what your students have just learned. If you guys are studying a specific subject or a specific topic, you can use a survey or a poll to find out different things that they've learned. And it's kind of just a creative way to think outside of the box. So let's get started. The first thing that you do when you type in the web address, polleverywhere.com, you're going to see this screen. And you will click on sign up. Once I sign up, it's going to take me to this page where I have two options. You as the teacher, the presenter, are going to click on your presenting. And here's where you will create your account. This is what you will do. This is the page that you will fill in all this information. Click on create my Poll Everywhere account. And what it's going to do is bring you to a page that looks just like this. So, once you are at this site right here, or this page, you can see that this is going to show, I have one that I'm going to show you, one poll, one survey that I've done, but I'll show you guys that in a little bit. But what I will do, the next thing that I will do is I will click on the create my poll or create my, the create button. And you have all sorts of different polls or surveys that you can create. But for this, I'm going to just do the multiple choice poll. So I'm going to type in a question, and my question is, what is your favorite color? Easy. This is just for demonstration, very quick and easy. And then here on these boxes, this is where I will type in my responses, or the answers that I'm going to give them to pick from. So the first one is going to be blue, next red, green is next, and purple is next, and how about yellow? So what I'm doing is I'm pushing the tab button to be able to have more spaces. But if you didn't realize that, this is what that plus sign right here is used for as well. So let's type in orange. Okay, once I've created my responses, I am going to click on this button which says create. So I'm going to click on this button that says create right here. And when I do, that brings me to this next screen. And this screen is where my poll is going to show up. Now remember, as the presenter and the teacher, this is what I'm going to see. When your students are doing it, you can put this up on the screen or on a smart board or on an Apple TV, but they wouldn't necessarily see this section right here. So, and you do that by making it a full screen, enter full screen right there. So once I get to this screen, I've got my poll ready, I've got my responses. I am going to press the activate button. So it says activating publishes your poll, making it available to your audiences here. So and this is the address and I'm going to show you what to do. Right now I'm about to show you what to do if most of your students have cell phones, and your school allows kids to text in school, or at least bring out their cell phones for specific things. This address right here is what's going to happen if you are in a school that do not allow students at all to have their cell phones out. Or if you've got some students, which you probably will, that don't have cell phones. So for now, let me go ahead and activate this poll. So I'm going to click on this button, and it is activated. Now, as soon as I activated it, the website assigned these letters to each of my responses. What you will do is instruct your students, basically right here. This says exactly what you're going to do. If they have a cell phone, they're going to text this code right here, which is my first name and part of my last name, and then 469 to the number 37607. And that's how they'll join the poll. Once they've joined the poll, they will get a response on their cell phone that will say you have successfully joined this poll. And they will be instructed. What you'll do as the teacher is tell them, okay, so once you've joined the poll, you're going to put in one of those letters to whichever corresponds to your answer of what is your favorite color. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what happens real time when I text in my answer. So you'll be able to see what happens immediately. So I have my cell phone out, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to text in my answer. So on my cell phone, which I know you can't see, but I've already joined the poll. So right now I'm going to text in the letter A, because that corresponds to my favorite color, which is blue. So now I'm going to press send. And once I do, up pops my answer on the screen. And so if this is on your smart board or up at the front, then, or on their own personal laptops or computers or the classroom computer, they will be able to see the responses immediately. So right now, one person has taken this poll, and 100% of that one person says blue is my favorite color. Now, I told you that I wanted to show you what happens if you have students that don't have cell phones, or if you're in a school that does not allow cell phone use during the day. If they have their own personal computer, if they have an iPad, or if you've got just a classroom desktop that children, as they come in, they can take these polls if you've got it pulled up or something. What you're going to do is you're going to have your student respond by clicking on this web address right here. So when I click on that web address, it takes me to this page. Now, one thing about this is that particular web address doesn't have, it's not necessarily for this poll, but for the whole account. So whatever poll you have activated, that is the same address that will take you to every single different poll you have. It's never going to change. It's associated with this account, and it only has one per account. So you basically can only have one poll activated at a time, is what I'm trying to say. So once my student comes to this page, I'm going to click on green, let's say. So what's my favorite color? You can respond once. I click on green. Once my response has been recorded, it will automatically pop up right back on the screen that shows the results. Okay, so from here, once I am finished, once my students have participated in the polls, or even just if you're done with this and you need to create another one, or just to get you back to your main place, what you're going to do is you're going to click on polls. This is going to take you back to this section that says My Polls. So as you can see right here, this was my newest, and there it is listed. What is your favorite color poll? But as I said at the very beginning, there are quite a few other things that you can do in Poll Everywhere. So I just want to show you one more very quickly. So when I sign in, it's going to take me here like at the beginning, and I'm going to click on Create. When I do, again, here are all of my options that I can choose. I'm going to do this word cloud because it was super fun. So the same type of thing happens right here. I'm going to type in my question, and after I finish that, I'm going to click Create, and I'll show you what one looks like that I've already created. So I created one that says, what is one word that describes your personality? Again, this is something you can get to know your students by. And what's different with this, it works the same way. They either text to this information right here to join this poll after I have activated it, which I've activated it now, so that means that my other one is not activated. So they can either text to join it, or actually, I'm sorry, you don't have to text to join this again once you already joined it one time. So what you'll do, but if it's the first time, then they'll text to join it, and then they'll just type in their answer. So let me type in something real quick here. I don't need to sign in again because I've already signed in and I've already joined this particular account's polls. So I'm going to type in an answer. Let's say one of your students says smart. So I typed in smart on my cell phone, which I know you can't see, and I pressed send, and there it is right there. I can put in another one. Let's say friendly is the word that we're going to use. And I type in friendly, and all of a sudden, there it is right there. So this is another way that you can use this in your classroom, and students can have fun with this kind of thing. So in closing, a couple of things I wanted to just logistically tell you about. You can change the appearance of your polls by just clicking on some of these different buttons on the side. You can actually have a different pointer if you need to. Just some neat things like that. In each poll, you can have a maximum amount of 32 students per poll, but you can have an unlimited number of polls. And so you can use that day in and day out in your classroom. You can if you are teaching in a middle school or high school, you can create a poll at the beginning of the day, clear it, and start over each class period, and doing it that way. If you wanted to do one or two a week in your elementary class, to have at the beginning of the day, just as, just what is their favorite TV show type thing? What's your favorite animal type thing? So this is a fantastic tool to use in your classroom. I hope that you have been encouraged by this tutorial just to check it out to see if it's something that would be useful for you. Thank you for listening.